There's another factor you never used yet. It's
Oh.
called guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you put a number. For example, how much you think the IR should be, the next solution should be?
400%.
400, don't, yeah, you put 400%. And so it's 400%. So, you know, of course, we don't know how much is it. We don't know how much is it. So if you don't put guess for 400%, but you think it's, for example, 100%, you still get 400%. So that's a guess. So if you think there are multi-solutions, you can just put different numbers for guess, and then so you might get different solutions. Like
Okay.
sum for that one, you can change like guess from 400 to 100.
And it'll still pop
It still
up.
be 400 because for this cash flows, and year two's cash flows is negative. It's not positive. So for this kind of case, on conventional cash flows, you might get multiple solutions.
You need to go to at least, well, hold on, let's see.
You
maybe-
need to, yeah, you need a large number.
100% still gave me, try 150. Yeah, so if you go, I guess, like above like 150 or so.
So, yeah, so you think it's another large number for IR, so for the guess part, you put a large number. So,
If I
so
did
it
like
will
a
give you
1,000.
another solution. So you got multi-solutions, you guess for a large number, so it still give you 400.
Yeah, so just,
Yeah.
I guess if you're gonna do this, just guess like an absurdly high number.
Yeah.
Because then if it's a high number, it'll round down to it.
You can put like 1,000%, whatever, it still give you.
Oops. I guess there's another one.
No, it should be 2. Because you see the curve cross over this x-axis twice.
Clearly that's too many zeros.
So, yeah.
Can you show the,
So this is unconventional
equations for
cash
that?
flow.
For this one?
Yeah. Oh,
Can you do both?
Oops.
So you see, if you don't put the guess, it would just consider you guessed like IR is around 0%. So if you put like Sam is doing there, put 1,000%, then the IR is the function is thinking the solution is close to 1,000%. So if you don't put it, it's considered like it's close to 0. So we'll pick the one close to 0. So if you put a large number, it will just think like it will pick the large number, large one. So because you see cash flow in year 2 is negative. So because of this, your math solution, Sam, can you write down the math equation for this one in Excel? What is the math solution for, math solution should be like negative 1.6.
Oh gosh, it's
Yeah.
the
It should be
math solution's
the math
up here.
solution.
It's right there.
Yeah, you see, so that's so that for that equation there, so it should have multi solutions for this one because
R squared. not
R
this.
because R squared equals to a negative. But anyhow, R squared you could have 2 solutions for this
Right.
R squared. Yeah.
Right.
So because the second year's cash flow is negative, so to work out that math equation, it has 2 solutions for that one. So in this case, you shouldn't use IRR function. If you see negative cash flows after year 1, don't use IRR function anymore because you have this potential to have multiple solutions. So what is the solution for this kind of problem? MRR, modified IRR. Modified IRR has only one solution, so yeah, this is MIR.
I don't know.
This is MIR now. Modified IRR, you consider interest rate, you consider financing cost and reinvestment rate differently. So you can tell how MIR it is done. So we can use MIR function in Excel. But what it is, you put all the cost to figure out its present value of all the cost. You figure out all the income's future value. And then you try to figure out how much is the rate that will make this present value grows at that rate to become the future value of all the incomes. So you use MIR function, you can just get it directly. But basically, you try to find out like how much is the total present value of the cost, how much is the total future value of the income, and then you try to figure out what kind of rate is that. So you figure out how much is the total cost, how much is the total present value of the total cost, how much is the future value of the total income, and then you try to figure out the rate to set to for this present value and future value, and figure out the rate is how much.
For
So that's
for this box right here, what do you want us
Yeah.
to do? I didn't know what I divided by. Was that interest divided by year?
See,
That's for a
you,
calculator.
but see, you have
Oh, got it.
But see, you have your present value. Present value is year 0, and then you got all the income's future value by the end of year 4. So you add it up. So now it's just like you try to figure out the rate for your present value of, and you try to figure out how much is the rate.
Right. No, for these,
Yeah.
I understand.
For these,
I
yeah.
didn't know if there was anything that's supposed to go in this box. It just says press I divided by year or YR to solve.
I don't know that one. Anybody?
That's just to use a financial calculator. You get the same answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you use rate function, you get the same answer too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
the
this
same
is
thing.
this is MIR. So MIR is just like you consider cost at the financing cost
Can I
rate
see that equation?
for the present value, and then you consider the future value of all the incomes at the reinvestment rate. So you can use two rates for the MIR. Yeah, you're right. You use the rate function to do that.
You can use either or.
Yeah. So MIR is more realistic than IR.
Okay. Everybody good? I have no idea what to do here.
I don't remember. So anybody?
Well, so this has the cash flows for everything except for crossover, and then I guess there's an internal rate here, so you can just calculate the net present value at this rate, but I don't
So you
know.
need to calculate the MPV. Right?
I need to well, this is just.
Oh, okay. So it's just like it's asking you to calculate the MPV for both project at different cost of capital. If cost of capital is 0, how much is MPV?
Well, right, this is all right here. You did this from the table.
Yeah.
It's like if you click in here,
And then you have to do another
it's a
project.
table function, so.
You have to do another project.
Right, so I'm just gonna copy these real quick. Okay, so put that up there. Okay. I guess that is the thing that goes here. What? No, why did that? Oh. Oh, right, I got that from, hold on. I got that from,
I'm
here.
lost.
That one, sorry. So we have these two, why is this different from this? We have these two different projects, Project S and Project L. Why is it doing this? Oh, because it's a subscript. Sorry, I'm a little bit OCD about this kind of stuff. So, you got these two projects, Project S, Project L. This is what the net present value of the two projects were. We calculated that all the way at the beginning. That's where these two numbers came in. Because here's the cash flows and the cost for Project S. Here's the cash flows and the cost for Project L. So, she uses a table function. I really don't want to do that, but I guess I have to. Then what's the, I can't remember how to do this. Do you remember how to do this?
I don't.
Okay. I think
So you guys
you,
remember?
wait, no. Crap.
So you have to do, I think you use column in this case, because you're changing the cost of capital.
Oh, you're right,
Yeah,
right.
so you're not changing the cash flow.
Right. Because this is what this is.
And first you have to just highlight the whole table.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
This is.
Should work. Yeah. No. so you probably don't want the title to be.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Okay, so.
You may want to. Yeah. It should work. No? Oh yeah, because you. No, this won't work.
This isn't gonna work?
No.
Why is this not gonna work?
Because you haven't defined, because you've changed the it should have the formula somewhere. Can you click go back and don't put those numbers, so it should have the function somewhere.
Nope. No,
You
because
can close this one.
oh,
Yeah.
there's no go back. So I've ruined it, I guess. Let me see if I can fix it. Tables are really
So
weird.
it will allow you to.
Won't let me change the table. Can I
Yeah,
delete?
no.
Can I delete a table?
Uh,
How do I delete a table? Oh crap! Please tell me I'm not stuck in this table. Stop! Don't do that. Crap!
you can't change anything.
Get out! Get out! No.
Calm down.
How do I get out of
You
this?
can.
I can't.
Okay, what?
Someone help me!
Does anyone else not have the other NPVL on their first table?
Does anybody know?
Let me give it a try.
I don't
Because
either.
Put it in there.
Okay.
So
I don't know what I'm
making
doing.
Okay, you just.
I hate tables, so this is why we don't use tables.
Okay, can you do that? Okay,
I had to shut down my computer because I got stuck inside that table.
oh, it's gone. I don't know what I did, but it's.
What did you?
I don't know, I just deleted it. You want to come back? I don't know, I just deleted it, it's gone. But you have to,
Okay. So you equal to you. Okay. So if I do it like this, is that what you're saying?
you have to include the top, this one, also the
This
row
one?
above it, yeah.
I thought we did that and it turned out to be bad.
Also no, the whole.
So just this.
No, the above it and.
But we did this and it turned into all the MPV
Don't
and
don't
then
take the title, just under the title.
this one?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, the whole table, now the whole table.
This.
Yeah, and then let's try. I think it should work this time.
Okay, so we're doing column.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Right, because it's the cost of capital is
Yeah,
supposed to be different?
It should, is that working? No. So we're,
Here, I'm gonna try it here,
okay.
see if I can do it like that instead. Nope.
Have we tried it?
Just gonna try row and see if that worked. Nope, wait, did that work?
Is that working? No.
No, that didn't work.
Has made a percent.
Does anybody know how to do data tables?
Well, let me give it a try, because I don't remember.
Mine has a formula and it's like equal table. C's.
Yeah, I mean, it has the table. Maybe I have to create, and then just, oh, you know what, copy this. It's here.
Yeah, it's working.
Well,
Okay, what
Yeah.
did you just do?
So,
Do that all
so what
over
I
again.
so what I did, yeah, I just put this. You have to define. You have to show the computer what is the formula you're using. So this is the formula. So this one equals to this, and then you just highlight data table, and column is, so the column 0% to 20% is changing the WACC for 10%, but for this calculation, for this equation here.
So then we need to put
Let's
those.
see. Oh no, this one I should refer. Yeah. No, I should refer this one. This one should refer to another project.
It's B19, right? 100.
B19
B19.
equals P19. No, because it has to refer to this equation here. This is project S, project L. Project L's equation is we can do that. We just MPV, the rate has to be this number, and then cash flow is how much? How much is the cash flow? Anybody tell me? For L project,
the cash flow,
the cash flow year one.
it's at the top if you scroll up.
No, but not this one, right? This is S.
No, I know, but if you scroll all the way up to the top, it's
Oh.
up there. It's right, keep going, right there. It's the blue one underneath
Okay.
S.
Can you remember this and tell me?
You have to input them manually, you can't just,
Well, because I don't know the table I'm doing here. So it's 100. What's the second year's cash flow?
300,
300.
400, 675.
And negative 1,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So see you. So what I did here, you just have to define the equations. So I can do the same thing here. For example, MPV rate, it has to point, the WACC has to point at this, because you're referring to this WACC and change this number. So what is the cash flow for year one? For the other, 500, 4, 3, 100. Okay, so this is, see, it's the same answer, but you have to refer to this one. And then for example, I don't have all these. For example, I don't have all these, but this is my input. See, I can start from here. Even though, but you have to write down the equation.
okay,
And then you highlight the whole equation.
okay.
And then, but it has to be like a point to the WACC E. So I'm pointing at E while for here for the what if analysis data table. So column input cell, I have to refer to this WACC rate, because you're changing this WACC rate by the column numbers, by that column one by one. So So you're changing 10% by 0%, by 5%, and then calculate its result. But you have to define your equation. Here. You see, you want to take it over?
So,
I don't know.
To be equal that.
okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you have to so you have to define the equation, and then use the Excel to point to like which variable is changing and how to replace that variable, either column or row.
Okay.
And then so it will calculate by itself.
So did everybody else understand that?
Yeah. So first you should define, but you can try again. You should try again.
Okay.
You should
All right, so let's just
let's delete the whole thing.
get rid of all of it. All right.
Yeah.
So what she's saying is that this right here is going to be your net present value of your project S, and this is going to be the net present value of project L. And then but we have to like do the actual equation. It can't just be the value. It has to be the equation for the net present value, apparently. Because I think these are all going to be, the reason why is because this is the net present value, and we want these to also be the net present values with differing rates. And so if we don't define that we're using a net present value function, if we just give the actual value, then it's just going to populate the same values because there's no function for it to change anything in. So that's where we have to do, our net present value. Our rate is this for this project. These are our values right here. This is all at the top, by the way. This is how we calculated everything at the top. We're just kind of redoing it for reasons. And then, so we do that. Equals, we're going to do the same thing for project L, which the rate's the same, doesn't matter if you use that. And then the values are up at the top. Use these values. Plus, it's the same thing. Okay. So does everybody understand how I got these? And does everybody, if you want to plug in these, you can. It's just the same, we're just doing the same thing we did up here. Like these are the exact same equations, essentially, for calculating net present value of these two projects. And now that we've got that, we highlight the whole table, go to data, what if analysis data table, and then the thing that we're changing is this column, and the reference of what we're changing is this, right? Oh, no, E104. And if we do that, and we get out of this,
Yes, that's right.
this is what it should look like.
Yeah.
Did you miss it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just gonna delete all these.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good.
So the first time you're referring to the MPV, so it's just copying all the MPV down.
So, have you got these two functions in?
Yeah, that's, I was just
Okay,
saying
so
that.
you go to data,
Mhm.
what if analysis data
Yeah.
table, this, and then you reference this, just hit OK, and it populates. And if you do that, it creates a nice little thing.
So this is MPV profile.
Yeah.
Can you go to the graph?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when I'm grading your project, this I'll just look at the graph. Your graph is like this because you did it right.
So,
So you see this MPV profile crossover at this x-axis, that's IR rate. So got it?
are you kidding? We're gonna have to do this all again. Sorry, I've got to do it like on my own really quick to make sure it makes sense.
You become a really great teacher.
No. No.
He's gonna.
You're not throwing this on me.
How can you graduate from here?
I'm just hoping in the end that you've.
How long you plan to work as a teacher in that your next job?
I don't know. Not forever. It's just kind of an in-between job. But it won't be this. That I can guarantee you. Okay, and then if I do the data table. We're doing another data table, by the way, so if you thought that fun was over, you were wrong. View. Oh, sweet lord. Okay, and now let's.
Everybody got it?
Dollar sign. That was good. Okay. Okay, so I think I know how to do this now. We are going to do the exact same thing. It's just now we've got different percentages, so we're just doing the same thing we just did, like verbatim. So you're going to define your MPV and just copy what you did here. And that is NPV of I think so. If it's not, then I don't know.
So let's look at the graph. So you should tell from the graph. No, this is wrong.
Well, it's right, but I don't know why the graph is.
It should show.
I don't know why it's not showing a graph, but
So did you guys have the graph?
I don't have a graph.
Oh, it could be like I messed it up for the graph part, but
because it makes sense conceptually because
Yeah.
if this is the internal rate of return for this.
but can you draw the graph? Can you draw one by yourself?
No.
No, yeah, you can.
Oh, no.
No, I can't.
No, you can. Draw the graph, and not from here. You can just draw from your table.
Okay,
Based on
can
your
you, I'm sorry.
Well, if this is,
Yeah, but you can draw the graph.
Well-
Don't use their graph, but use yours.
hold on, I can, no, I can do this.
Okay, wait, before we draw the graph.
No,
I
I'm gonna select the data and
Okay.
gonna change it to
Because
this.
Some use.
Here,
Here.
okay, thank you.
So how you did it?
Boom,
I
not
don't
drawing
know.
a graph.
I don't know how you did it.
All right, how did you
I'm
do that?
lost.
If you go here, this graph was pulling, oh sweet lord, don't do that. This graph was pulling data just from these two columns here. You need to, all you do is just click on the graph, go to design, go to select data. And then when it says chart data range, actually it didn't have any data range. Just select the entire table here, hit enter, and it'll pop it up. So here, I'll go back to here, go to select data, and then this is your data range.
Can I get the formulas for this graph?
But you have to
So-
select data.
It's the same as the, did you
But
get the
my
table?
only
that
my
we
one
did?
Above.
MPV is working.
Yeah, so you
The
do
second
that,
one
you
is not
copy the
working.
formulas for 78.82.
The second table or
put
something?
Yeah, it
that
just
right
copies the
underneath
100.4 all the way
And
down.
then you
But
just
you have to
Yeah.
define. You have to define your
Right.
And
equation.
then
Yeah, I did that.
you highlight the area, and then for column input, you put E104. And just change the,
in a row, honey.
But you see a crossover at that rate, so the two Excel profiles crossover at that rate, NPVs are the same.
Which is apparently this.
Yeah, that one. So you see at that rate, so the two projects. If it's on one side of this rate, you choose the L project. On the other side, you choose the blue
the
one.
10%. Yeah.
So you always choose the one like stays above the other one. You want to choose the one with higher NPV. So the NPV profile. So you see, you will make decisions based on how much, which one's NPV is higher.
I don't get it. The second MPV.
Oh,
The
which-
data does not work.
Which one don't you
So
get? This
you
one?
need to,
Yeah.
You need to define the equation.
I did that, it's defined.
Did you
Got
do
it.
this exact equation?
No, I put B7 at the end instead of plus minus 1,000.
B7 is right. If you change it to B7, it should be.
It should still be,
the same.
because that B7 is, yeah, that's fine. It's the same thing. So you defined both of these, right, like this?
Yes.
So, okay, so once you've defined both of those, let me go back to this. So both of these have been defined? You've got your MPV for both project S
So I
and
changed it to a -1,000 and now it works. That's the only difference.
me.
It'd be like a dash 1,000.
Because I have B7 in there instead.
That's so interesting. I don't know why that would be any different.
If you don't use the one by the notepad, it doesn't subtract.
Because if I exchange this for B7, it shouldn't change anything, and if it does, then
It should work. Same.
yeah, it didn't change anything.
That was literally the only difference.
Yeah,
B7
I don't-
at the end.
I don't know. That's really
And now,
interesting.
and it populated now.
Well,
Whatever, it's right.
if it worked, it worked.
Yeah.
So that's the last part, right?
Yeah, that was it. So go home.
So what about, yeah, go home, go home.
Cool.
But remember, next time is exit exam, it's going to be 50% of
Bless
your
you.
overall grade. So make sure you know the answers. If you don't, your classmates do. Eric. Ask Erica. Erica has the answers.
Could you please go back to the last part?
Yes.
Oh,
The very,
This?
Yeah, because like my computer.
So you just,
What did you do to the graph to get those lines to here?
so if you click on your graph, and then at the top, you should have a design tab that pops up.
Or you could right
Click, right, or you can right click it. If you click the design tab or right click it, you'll have a select data thing. Click on that. And then this right here.
You
the
didn't
di-
change anything.
You,
right?
you just make everything from it shows right now as a decimal, but it'll show the percentages. And you just take that entire data range and it pops up the lines.
Got it. My head hurts.
I can't stand NPV and IRR.
Wait, just, can you keep it?
I'm sorry.
So you got it?
Yes.
You got the table too?
Yes.
Using the data table?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the problem?
Yeah, exactly. I will be here next week to say
The
goodbye.
first time only the S line was calculating, the L line wasn't
But
calculating.
why?
I don't know, because I had B7 and then I put 1,000 in there and it was I don't know. I'm not even gonna. It's there now and it's all right. I'm running with it.
Hey, Yana, can you donate $40 to your account email? For what? Oh, for your
Okay.
Are you sure it was me? I don't know. It was me before. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I do so much stuff in the name. It was for the number fund. So you got that email?
Yeah, because you did a lot of
Yeah.
Wall Street Prep.
Wow.